Hey, welcome back. We're going to jump right in because this video is going to be controversial to some, but hopefully it's going to provide information that you can use to safely navigate traveling throughout the United States with a firearm. You're going to want to stick around. Welcome back to the Apple Place Diaries. Yes, in this video we are going to talk about RVing with firearms. And I know that is a controversial subject to some, and by no means are we making any legal advice or political statements in this video. We are sitting down and talking about next summer's travel, in which we're going to be traveling through a lot of states. And we want to do it legally, and we want to do it safely. And for us, that includes traveling with firearms. So there are 5 things that I want to talk about in this video. And again, this is not legal advice, nor should you take this as the law. You need to do your own homework. You need to do your own research, just like we're doing. Okay, first things first. Always check the local laws. Always make sure that where you're going, it's legal to do what you want to do with a firearm. Now, let me throw out a caveat. I am only talking to law-abiding citizens. People that own firearms legally and obey the laws. Because, let's face it, if you're not, then it doesn't matter what we say. You're going to do whatever you want to do. So I am assuming that you own legally and you wish to obey the laws. So always check the local laws of where you're going. This is critical because there is a differentiation between RVing with a firearm and transporting a firearm. So most people, full-timers, people that are recreationally RVing, are going to assume that your RV is just an extension of your home. If you're a full-timer, it is your home. However, the law, when you have a firearm in your RV, it is now just like putting it in a truck. You are now transporting that firearm. So you need to make sure that you're obeying the local laws. If you are transporting a firearm in California, for example, the laws and the ordinances change from county to county. If you're going through Oregon, one size fits all, and you need to obey Oregon's laws. So this is what we're doing as part of our planning for next summer travel. We're seeing which states our concealed carry works in and which states require us special things to do with a firearm. If you're traveling in the Northeast, New York is a great example. They have specific laws on how you have to handle that firearm. Unloaded, no magazines. You know, in some places, the bolt, if it's a rifle, has to be removed. So be very, very careful and read up on where you're going. Number 2, I alluded to concealed carry. So make sure that you don't have to have special permits or special licenses to transport that firearm from one state to the other. There are some states where if you are transporting a firearm legally, you can't stay the night in that state. If it's in your RV, you need to pass through the state. And that's what you got to do. Now, check with permitting, because maybe you can get a temporary permit to transport that firearm if you're just passing through and you're going to need to stay the night. There is a law called FOPA, the Firearm Owner Protection Act. of 1986. I would highly encourage you to get a copy of that and keep that in your gun safe. The Firearm Owner Protection Act is very specific on what you can and cannot do with a firearm as you're transporting it from state to state or within states. So make sure that you get a copy of it, and look, it's on the internet. I'll put a link below. Number 4 is secure your firearm. Now, this question came up recently as we were planning on staying at a military campground. And it is very specific. In fact, there's a great big sign as you enter the main gate of that installation that no personal firearms are allowed. Well, when I checked with the building office, they reinforced that idea that no personal firearms were allowed unless you had it secured in a safe. So we have a couple of these safes. They're steel. This one is a key. This one is the one that we keep in our rig. And then this one lives in our truck, and it's a combination lock. And that way, if I'm ever in a position where I need to secure my firearm, I can go ahead and put that in there. If we're going to be away from the trailer and I can't take it, then it goes in here. And that kind of goes along with the permitting, which states you can carry, whether it's concealed or open or whatever the case may be. So make sure that you secure it. Putting it in your underwear drawer of your rig is not secure. We all know that these things can be broke into, and one of the things about if you're going to get a safe like this, it has a cable and you secure that through the safe, and we've got that secured in our trailer, and I'm not going to tell you where it is, but we've got that secured to something that it cannot be readily taken off. And we all know that thieves take the path of least resistance, so they're not going to work for it. And so we keep that secure. And the same thing, this cable's into my truck, and you can't get that safe out of the truck without disassembling the truck. And listen, if you're willing to disassemble the truck, then it's yours. You can have it. All right, and finally, observe all local laws, ordinances, and rules. Again, do your homework. Make sure that you are following the law of the state that you're going through, staying in, whatever the case is. Make sure that you're following all local laws, ordinances, and rules. We have the right to keep and bear arms in this country, and with that right comes the responsibility to obey the law. And so just make sure that that's what you're doing as you are planning your trips and planning on taking your firearm through the great United States of America. Hey, I hope this video was helpful in any way. Check down below. I'm going to drop some links so that you can do further research. And we'll see you in the next video.